All right, listen up. This is a Code Ninja security advisory. We're flagging CVE-2021-22681. This is a big one, a critical, and I mean unpatchable, vulnerability in Rockwell Automation controllers. Our mission here is simple: get you the intel you need for immediate defense.
So how bad is it? CISA has slapped a 10 out of 10 criticality score on this. Let's be clear, a 10 isn't just a high rating, it's the highest possible. It means maximum impact, and it means the skill level to exploit this is frighteningly low. You don't see scores like this every day, so this needs your full, undivided attention, right now. And here's the kicker. This isn't just some run-of-the-mill bug. No, this is a deep, fundamental flaw in the architecture. You've got millions of industrial devices out there, PLCs, all supposedly protected by a single hard-coded key. A single key for everything. It's like having one master key for every house in the country. In practice, the protection is basically non-existent. So what does this actually mean? It means a remote attacker with no credentials whatsoever can just waltz past your authentication and take complete control of your industrial processes. That's why we're putting this out. Our only objective today is to arm you with the immediate, actionable steps you need to take to protect your most critical systems. Okay, before we get into the nuts and bolts, we have to establish a secure comms link. Think of this as standard operating procedure. We need to make sure you're getting ongoing threat intelligence. So follow this protocol right now. Step 1, subscribe and hit that notification bell. That's your pipeline for real-time intel. Step 2, hit the like button. That's your formal acknowledgement that you've received this advisory. And step 3, drop a comment with your status. Are you patched? Are you vulnerable? This helps us gauge the blast radius out there. Go ahead, execute now. Good. Comms link established. Now for the deep dive. Let's start with the blast radius. We're going to look at exactly who is at risk and what the real-world operational impact looks like. The attack chain here is, well, it's pretty alarming. A successful exploit lets an adversary pretend to be one of your trusted engineering workstations. From there, they can change control logic, mess with configurations, and directly disrupt your physical manufacturing processes. We're talking about halting a production line or even causing physical damage to your equipment. And yeah, this completely bypasses existing factory talk security controls, and as I said before, takes a very low level of skill to pull off. And the scope of this vulnerability is huge. Just take a look here. It hits a massive range of Rockwell's most common software, from the older RS Logix 5000 all the way up to the modern Studio 5000. And it covers pretty much all the major Logix controller families. Bottom line, if you're running any of this gear, you are in the blast radius, period. All right, let's switch gears and talk defense. This is our mitigation protocol. And listen, these are mandatory compensating controls. These are not suggestions. I need to be absolutely crystal clear on this point. This flaw is baked into the very architecture of these devices. It's hard-coded. That means there's no software patch that can fix this. I'll say it again. A patch is not coming. Your entire defense has to be built on these compensating controls. So your defense needs to follow this 4-step defense in-depth strategy. We're going to walk through each one, but here's the overview. First, you've got to isolate your network exposure. Second, harden your connections. Third, lock down with physical controls. And fourth, monitor for any and all unauthorized changes. Okay, step 1, isolate. And this part is completely non-negotiable. Your controllers cannot, under any circumstances, have direct exposure to the public internet. 0. Get them behind firewalls, isolate your control networks from your business networks. If you absolutely need remote access, it has to be through a fully updated, fully secured VPN. In this case, air gaps are your best friend. Next up, we harden and lock down. You need to deploy CIPS security to encrypt the traffic between your engineering workstations and your controllers. Things like Rockwell's EN4TR module or their CIP security proxy can create this secure tunnel. And just as important, use the physical mode switch on the controller itself. Flipping that switch to run is a physical barrier that prevents anyone from making remote code changes. And finally, step 4, monitor. You have to operate with an assume breach mindset. That means you are constantly monitoring. Rigorously audit all your controller change logs for anything that looks suspicious. Use the change detection features built into Logix Designer. And for automation, deploy Factory Talk Asset Center for automated auditing and alerting. You absolutely must know the second something changes on that controller. So you've put these controls in place. How do you know they're actually working? The answer is defensive validation. This means you're going to use scanning tools to actively check for exposure. And let's be very clear, this is for validating your network segmentation. This is not for exploitation. And here's how you do it safely. You can use these nmap or Python pycom3 commands to scan for any devices listening on the Ethernet/IP port, which is 44818. These scripts are non-disruptive. They just ask the device, hey, who are you? If you get a response from a controller that you thought was isolated, you found a hole in your network segmentation, and you need to fix it immediately. Okay, let's wrap this up with our final directive and talk a little bit about the ethics behind a public disclosure like this. Look, we practice coordinated vulnerability disclosure for a very specific reason. When you're dealing with unpatchable architectural flaws like this one, staying silent is just negligent. We see it as our ethical duty to make sure that every potential target understands the risk so they can actually build the defenses they need. You can't protect yourself from a threat you don't even know exists. So I'm going to leave you with one final question to think about. This vulnerability proves that having a strong perimeter just isn't enough anymore. You have to ask yourself, is my most critical process control network, the very heart of my operation, is it truly isolated from the rest of the enterprise? This is Code Ninja, signing off. Stay secure.